Anybody else have plastic grocery bags laying about in their laundry room like I do? I came up with a quick fix for this that'll help keep it stored. My mom gave me this idea for this project and I think it's awesome. Hi, welcome to Mending and Making. This is Jo. I got a cool project for you today. This is a plastic grocery bag holder that you can hang from a doorknob. For the plastic bag holder, all you need is a few things. You need 2 pieces of fabric that is 19 by 9 inches. You also need 2 strips of fabric that is 1 inch wide by 26 inches. The last thing you need is elastic. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch elastic. I went ahead and cut everything out ahead of time so we can get started on this project. This is all fabric that I had in my stash, leftover fabric from other projects. All right, so what we're going to do here is we have our strips. Front side facing down, we're going to fold towards the center, fold towards the center. Press that down, and then we're going to fold again, and then it's going to be stitched. All right, so that's fold towards the center. If you want, you can actually draw a center line. I've done that before to help use it as a guide, but I'm just going to eyeball it on this. As I iron, I put a book down, so when it cools, it holds the fold. If you have a bias tape maker, you can use that. It's basically doing the same thing as like bias tape, but we're not cutting on we didn't have to cut on the bias for this fabric. First, I'm going to trim some of this off. What I've done before is I tuck this in like that, and then see if I can iron that down. Like that, and then fold it over like that. We're just making a thin strap. Let that cool with the book. I'm going to use a pen to hold it down. It's just that easy. That's how you make a thin strap like this. This is a method I learned from a pattern that I did once, and that was to actually sew towards the end on one side here. That way you can have better control of the end instead of starting at the end. So I'm going to do that on this one to see if I get decent results on it. Let's give it a try. And so I'm just going to use the edge of my presser foot as a guide here for stitching it closed, as you can see right there. And then I'm going to take that pin off there, pinching with my finger. And then I go back other side of my presser foot as my guide. I'm going to do the other side. Always good to have a fresh needle for something like this. You'll get better results of your stitches. I'm going to pull a little bit on the back end to help. Looking good. I'm also going to use a pin here. First thing we need to do is we're going to take the two pieces of the main fabric and we're going to have them facing each other like this. Like that. We're going to sew both sides of the long length. After doing that, I'm going to zigzag stitch to prevent fraying. If you have pinking shears, you can use those also. Or a serger, you can serge the edge. I'm just going to use a zigzag stitch. Let's get to the sewing machine. You can pin it in place if you want to, but I'm just going to hold it. Since it's easy cotton fabric, it stays in place pretty well. All right, one side. And now I'm just going to line it up and do the other side. Now I'm going to do a zigzag stitch along here because, as you can tell, this is fraying. Zigzag stitch here and do both sides. Okay, so now that we got the main section sewn on the two sides, as you can see here, I got my iron out and I'm just going to press the seam to one side. Like so. So now that I have it pressed, I'm going to go back to the sewing machine and zigzag along this edge here just to prevent any fraying on both sides. Okay, so I zigzagged the edges here because this fabric frays a lot. This is some quilters cotton and it seems to have a lot of fraying issues. So I did that, and now we're going to fold inward. Because this is the outside, we're going to fold inward about an inch. Not too much. Let's see, that's about an inch. Here we go. I folded an inch over, and I'm going to press it in place. And then we're going to just sew around right here, about 5/8 of an inch along here. And then on the other side, we are going to fold this over also about 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch here. Yep, 3/4 of an inch. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to sew all the way around, and for this side, this is the bottom side that's going to have the elastic. I'm going to put pins right here. Let's see, right here. I'm just going to go around and leave an opening right here for the elastic. For this side, what we're going to do is we need to I got this opening that I just made. Hopefully you can see it. There you go. Hope you can see it. So I'm just going to do a couple stitches right here and a couple stitches right here on both sides here. Like a 1/2 inch opening. I made a 1/2 inch opening for the straps to go through. There you go. So the hole's still there. All right, let me trim off this excess thread here. All right, and so we're just going to fold over that edge again where we had pressed it. Okay, and I'm going to put a couple of pins down just so keep it from moving too much. And this is the strap channel. So if you're, and take that tray off so you can maneuver this easier. Okay, and I'm just going to use this line right here as my guide, which is the 6/8 inch. I believe, guide. Yeah, I think so. And then just go all the way around. All right. And this is the channel for the bottom, which has the elastic. I'm just going to put a couple extra pins on it also just to hold in place before stitching. And like I said, remember, I'm going to leave this opening right here so I can stick the elastic in afterwards. It doesn't have to be all the way enclosed. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to do 5/8 of an inch on this. And this one, since I'm going to leave a little opening, you definitely need to backstitch to lock it in place. And we're finished with that. All right, so let's go back to the table and finish adding the straps. Okay, so the technique for putting an elastic, I don't know if you've used this before, but this is like a standard type of, you put a safety pin, a largish size safety pin, on one edge of the elastic, and then you work, and that way you have a better grip of the edge of the elastic, and then you just slip it through and feed it through the tunnel. Make sure that the other side of the elastic does stay outside of the tunnel. I've done this before and not paid attention and had the other side go in there also. So keep track of that. And just use that safety pin to help you get that thing through. All right, and then you get back to the opening, pull it through, and then take off the safety pin. All right, and so for this right here, we want to, just going to gather this up here, get nice tightish, but we want to be able to still get the elastic, still get the plastic bags through, but you want to be able to hold the plastic bags too. So that's pretty good right here. And you can always adjust this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm going to get a pretty good hole there, and then just going to tie it. And that way, if you need to adjust it, I'm just do a double tie on it. And you can always, if you find that it's too tight, you can loosen it up a little bit. I'm just going to trim that and just tuck that under inside, so it'll work its way inside there. All right, so we have that side. And now I'm going to just turn this inside out. Look at that. It's almost finished. So we got the bottom half right here. The plastic bags get pulled through there. And then we have the top. Okay, so we got the elastic part finished. And now we need to get the straps. You remember the holes that we made? So since this here has a straight away here, I'm not doing the curve. You can instead, another option instead of a safety pin is this little contraction right here. You can get them at sewing stores. There's got a little ring here, and on this side has this little grabby thing. You see that? Little grabby thing. And what you can do is stick this in, this little pointy hook here that can stick into fabric. And you can stick it in there. And so what you do is you run this thing through your channel like that. Then you take that little hook, hook it into the fabric, make sure it's locked in place. That's what that little thing kind of locks it in place. And then you just pull it through. Come on. And then pull it through. Just like that. And so what we're doing with these straps is we're going to pull it through one side, and then we're going to put it through the hole again. Right, and then we're going to get the other side of the strap. Hook it. Pull it through. I'm just going to knot it in place. That way we can just open it. And this is also going to be the strap that hangs from. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do it from the other side too. So we got this. So we have it looped through here. We got this side here. So we're going to pull this device in here. Stick it through. Grab hold of the fabric, strap, and then pull it through. Here we go. Unhook it and tie them together. Like so. All right. So it can hang from the door, and you just loosen it up. You can always just hang it like this and keep it open like that if you want. Throw it in. So there you go. And it's complete. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you have any comments or if you do this project, I would love to hear about it. So please share with me. Have a great day, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.